Unfortunately.
That's motherfucker fine as a bit.
I hate it. We be live on Facebook.
My mom was like, she listened to the last show, the first couple of minutes. Why you telling people I did crack? I said, you didn't. Roll with a joke. It's funny too, because like I say, she don't listen to all of them. So it's funny as hell.
Right, the one you called
the right one.
All right, y'all boys ready? We got a meeting tonight and shit.
Yeah, let's ride.
Yes, we gotta be timely.
Right.
All right, man. Let's roll. It's the roll up, it's the vibes. Another beautiful day in the Sunshine State. Happy to be kicking it with my guys. Larry and CJ, what do you do?
Man, top of the world. Beautiful day in Georgia, man. For all my Georgians. We have a nice, easy, breezy, sunny day. It's cool outside. Good day to hit the beach. You know what I mean? You might even go ahead and fire the grill up. Fuck it. It's a great day.
I got a beach over there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on the
East Coast of Georgia.
I'm on the coast, yeah. So
you right off 95.
Right, nice. Yeah. Tybee Island is our closest beach. Well, you could go to Tybee. It's 45 minutes away.
Hilton Head.
Or Hilton Head, yeah, which is South Carolina, but that's 45 minutes away.
It's all about Hilton Head.
Yeah, either way.
CJ, what it do?
Chilling, man. Feeling great, man. Vibing today. Was able to get a haircut today, man. Called buddy last minute. He had an opening. Was able to squeeze that in, man. Just in case something pop up that we may have to handle or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I'm actually I gotta follow up on that, man. I seen you on the timeline in the barbershop chair getting crispy.
Yeah, man.
Fresh polo on. You ready? You know what I'm saying? First day of school ready. Man.
Right, for real. I was looking bad though, bro. My face was looking all crazy. I can't come half step, but just in case we got to make a move or whatever, man.
Already.
That's funny because I hit my barber up like, hey, man, I need the crispy beard. He's like, man, I ain't got no opening tomorrow, bro.
Man, I need this to come through, man. I'm still waiting on it, man. I ain't finna say nothing. We'll see what happens, man. But I hope it come through. Eventually, it'll happen regardless, man. We got a big interview, something that we want to cook up and may happen to go down in Orlando. We'll see what's up. But yeah, it's a beautiful day, man. Went to the ocean this morning. Been kicking it a little bit. We on this new format, so we finna knock this hour and a half out, man. A lot of great reviews from the last show. The people feeling the format and excited about 3 drops a week. So this is our second drop. Let's see what it do. We got to be somewhat timely. We got Darren Heitner coming to kick it with us today. Talk some NIL updates. Let's see what that's all about. But man, it's been some big news, bro. As I wind down my evening last night, dog. A lot of the information as far as like YSL and Young Thug and what all them boys got going.
Crazy, man. Rap, crazy.
It's insane, bro.
Crazy. Was not expecting that, man. The reporter or whoever it was dropped the bomb last night, man. It took over the whole timeline by storm, man. But it's just wild, dog. You gotta, I don't know, you just gotta be careful, dog, with the stuff you do, man. I was just listening to an interview with Wallow and Gilly. They had Thugger on, and Wallow, 41 years old, right? Man, say he spent 25 years inside, man. 5 in juvie, 20 as an adult. Telling that man, like, listen, man, put that stuff aside. Like, I'm begging you, put that stuff aside. The shit was so damn real and heartfelt. But you can also see Thugger, like, man, it shit kind of going in one ear, not the other type of deal, man. But
yeah, he wasn't receiving it. I seen the same clip. Right. He wasn't receiving it.
He gonna receive it in a minute. Don't worry about that. Them people don't play, man. Unfortunately. You play.
Man, they had shit back from 2014 on the man. I'm pretty sure that case is rock.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. The feds is wicked though. The feds will let you do. They'll sit there and watch all this shit go hits. Mm-hmm. They sat there and watched 2 assassinations on Lucci and then didn't budge. They're like, oh, we gotta let's play out a little bit. Let's see what all this do.
Because at the end of the day, they gonna win at the end. So they like, listen. Worst case scenario, another rapper dies, and in their mind, who cares? If Lucci get knocked, well, they wasn't listening to music no way. So
man, it's getting spooky. All the
like you
shit,
said, it's wicked.
It's wicked.
It's wicked ways, man. And you got to understand when it comes to these RICO cases and stuff like that, they allow you to get away with all this stuff. They still watching.
Mm-hmm.
They just taking their
notes, building it stronger.
Down. Yeah, they just building their case. So man, they went back to the Wayne
shooting.
Yeah. I remember that.
Oh,
too.
Yeah. And I remember how that
lock his ass up. This guy's a menace.
Right. Remember that shit vividly. I thought Birdman was involved with it too.
But he kind of no. Thugger, if we go back to that time, he kind of bragged about it after the Wayne Bus got shot up and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He trolled that shit a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, that's the thing. Like you can't do them both. And the thing is, by the time Wallow gave him that message, it's too late.
Oh, it was hard to. It was way too late. Yeah.
They done. The case has been built. The wildest thing I saw though was how the reporter was like,
Jack Harlow.
Y'all named all
Jack
these
Harlow,
names. Yeah, one name I expected was Jack Harlow. I know Jack was sitting there home like, bitch.
Right, Jack Harlow. But now what's funny is
his name ain't come up for no reason. Like that guy knows something and seen something and got some heads up on something.
But it's just like
Jack Harlow was a wild name to come up. I was like, who?
Right, Jack Harlow. And then
go ahead.
And then the thing is, my thing was, motherfucker, because they didn't name me. That's why. Don't bring my name up, bro. They did not name me, bro. Let it be. The funny
thing is to me, man, seeing all these athletes tweeting YSL, years ago, and then people, bringing them up and putting the jokes out there.
Cut ties with that shit, boy.
No, that was music. That's different. I ain't know nothing about all that thugging.
Yeah, I think it was Jason Tatum, James Harden. James Harden want to be a part of it regardless, man. He think he a rapper.
He swapped. He flipped.
Yeah, YSL and 4PF.
Yeah,
and now they talking about 4PF might get
I heard that
jammed up. So
damn, they take baby away, man. That'd be crazy, man. Before he even really,
bro, all that stuff is spooky, and if they doing this in Atlanta, bro, it's gonna be a chain reaction, man. We might see this shit happen in way more cities because if this type of stuff is going down in Atlanta, we know what the other cities is happening. We kind of know from the music. I'd be concerned about a lot of stuff that Kodak said in his music, man, because I know a lot of his real life, man. We got Darren in the building, so let's hang out. We'll get back to some more of the shenanigans, but we're gonna talk a little football, NIL, NCAA. Super lawyer, man. You like the Johnny Cochran of NIL, Darren. How you doing, my dude?
Wow, that's a compliment. I'll take it. I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Welcome back to the Rollup. The NCAA dropped some news, man, some guidelines. Educate us, dumb this down for us a little bit. What exactly is going on right now?
It's interesting you characterize it as news. We're all covering it. We're all talking about it, but not much was really said. I mean, yesterday, the NCAA comes out with what it calls guidance, but it doesn't change in any way the very basic NIL rules and regulations that it put forth about 11 months ago. All it does is provide a little bit of clarity. I mean, it says that boosters and collectives, because a lot of people, I guess, didn't believe that collectives are boosters. I mean, all a collective is a group of boosters, that they have to abide by the rules. And the basic rules are don't provide compensation, don't promise compensation to athletes as an inducement for their enrollment at a university. I think some clarity was provided to those who didn't quite understand it. The NCAA also said you can't provide compensation to keep an athlete at a university. Good luck to the NCAA proving that. And then the other interesting thing I think that came out of it is the NCAA basically said, if you did something against our rules prior to May 9th, prior to yesterday, that unless it was a serious violation, unless we have you dead to rights, we're going to let it go. We're going to start really enforcing our rules now. And if it was a serious violation, and we think that it's very clear that we have you, we'll take action. And the action is not going to be against athletes, which is important and very good from my perspective. Then again, is anyone really concerned? If the athletes aren't going to be harmed, are these boosters going to be overly concerned that the schools will be punished? Maybe, maybe not. And then some boosters may be disassociated from their schools, and same true for collectives. So, it's still a wait and see. It's all language. It's not actions. And I'm wondering who will be the first target. And it's good. It's probably going to be a booster or a group of boosters, and I think definitely also a collective. There's some that I think are immune for right now, based on how I know that they're transacting business, and others who've been really out there and basically put a target on their backs. And I think that's who the NCAA is going to go after.
Do you think right now, I had a take on Steve Miguel, and I want to get your opinion on it. Right now, I think because at one point, I kind of believe that NCAA was fading away, going off into the abyss a little bit with what college football is turning into. But what the position that NIL put the universities in, and with boosters and the way they're doing a lot of business, do you think do you think the universities need the NCAA right now? Because I think they do, at least momentarily until they figure out what's next.
I don't. I don't think that the universities need the NCAA, because to the extent that they want to accomplish these specific goals, which is to do their best to avoid boosters and collectives from having this type of influence over the recruitment of prospective college athletes and also transfers, this can really all be done at the conference level. You don't need to have the NCAA involved. In fact, I think there's a strong argument to be made because, one thing, you listen to Gene Smith, Ohio State athletic director, who's in charge of this working group at the NCAA, who put forth this guidance yesterday. He outright said, we know we're going to be sued. We know we're going to be sued. And from my perspective and the perspective of a lot of lawyers, not only will the NCAA likely be sued, but they're probably going to lose. It may take some time, but they're probably going to lose. Because what they're putting forth in these restrictions are very anti-competitive, not necessarily pro-competitive. And the NCAA lost a year ago at the Supreme Court level on not these restrictions, but similar ones. And there's no alternative for an athlete. Whereas if we were at the conference level, well, there's competition by and amongst conferences. So if, let's say, the SEC had really strong restrictions on NIL, but the Big Ten didn't,
right?
Maybe an athlete goes there, and then you don't have the same issue. So, no, from my perspective, all the NCAA does at this point, I guess that provides value, is it organizes the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments in basketball. And I think that's something that if the conferences join together, they could easily do that as well.
But then the universities pretty much get together with this whole thing with the NCAA right now.
Of course. All the NCAA is an association of schools who are members. And the NCAA is nothing without the buy-in from the schools. So yes, to your point, absolutely. But I don't think that the NCAA is at all necessary anymore either. And I do know that there are and there's conversations being had behind closed doors, and there have been for at least a year, where conferences are considering whether it makes sense to break away. I don't think the SEC would necessarily think twice. I think the Big Ten has been in lockstep with the NCAA for a long time. And if the Big Ten ever decided we don't need the NCAA anymore, that's the end of the NCAA.
Question. You said that as of right now, everything's just kind of been language. No true action has been taking place. I was reading over some of the documents that they presented today, or was it today or yesterday? It was today?
Yes,
or whatever it was. Yesterday. Okay, I can't exactly remember. It all started to blend together after a while. If anything, what has been to your knowledge violations that you're aware of? Because from what I was reading, I didn't understand what anyone had done that may have crossed a line that we're aware of, at least on the public level.
Yeah, I'd hate to call out specific individuals or groups, but I think, it's been made quite clear based on what certain individuals and groups have said outright to the public on social media or otherwise, that there have been communications and offers made to prospective college athletes who are not yet committed or enrolled at universities. I mean, we know, based on even just one athlete's lawyer speaking to The Athletic, that there was an offer made to a high school quarterback by a collective that has a mission tied to a university. I think the NCAA starts right there. And then there are others, boosters and the like, who have, maybe not made it crystal clear, that they were having these conversations with prospective college athletes and transfers, and maybe even some players who didn't even enter their names in the transfer portal. That's an issue. That's what the NCAA is concerned about. They don't care so much about whether or not there's fair market value for these athletes, whether or not there's enough in the form of deliverables that the athletes are providing in exchange for the money. They care about an athlete going to a university because a booster or a group of them, a collective, has said, you come here and you're getting $8 million.
Yeah, so you kind of hit on it just a little bit about reaching out to kids that aren't in the portal. What's your opinion? What's your take on what do you think the NCAA would do about the tampering that's been going on with these student athletes?
Yeah, it seems as though the NCAA is not considering at this point taking action against an athlete, which again, in my estimation, is a good thing. I hate to see any athlete lose his or her eligibility because there's these types of conversations occurring.
Agreed.
What it seems like the ramifications, if the NCAA can obtain enough evidence to feel confident that this is what occurred, the ramifications would be that a booster or a collective would have to disassociate with the university, so perhaps not be able to provide any sort of benefits to that university or to athletes who are attending that university anymore. And then one step further, the NCAA could absolutely take punitive action against a college. We've seen the NCAA do this on countless occasions in the past, not related to NIL, but for any number of reasons. And I wouldn't put it past the NCAA to try to do the same. I mean, you could have a school lose scholarships.
Scholarship reduction, that type of deal.
That's the lifeblood of these programs. If you take away scholarships, that could have a very negative effect on a program.
Dan, I see a lot of NCAA and university stuff going on. What do you see from the player's perspective as far as like maybe a possible union or somebody looking out for their best interests on their side?
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen are a select few, if you consider that there's over 400,000 college athletes, a select few signing with agents to represent their best interests. Others also hiring lawyers on a case-by-case basis. But the vast majority of them are really somewhat out on an island on their own to consider what are the right moves, going out there in the marketplace, finding opportunities, handling the contracts themselves. As far as the union's concerned, we're a bit away from it because these athletes, at least as we sit here today, are not considered employees of the universities. Now, we've seen the National Labor Relations Board, its general counsel, make a very public argument. She thinks that they've been misclassified as student athletes, that they're actually employees. And there are some proceedings underway in California right now to try to cause a classification of athletes as employees. If we get there, that's obviously different than NIL. Now we're talking about athletes being on salary, they're getting salaries, perhaps benefits, and perhaps creating a union or multiple unions in order to collectively bargain for various rights. But I think we're still a ways away from that.
No doubt.
What's gonna happen to Miami? We always the example. So
Yeah.
What they gonna do to us? Because we brash, we're out there, we're outspoken.
Papa Ruiz got y'all, bro.
That's not my
Yeah,
dad,
look,
bro.
I love John. I love John Ruiz. I love that he is absolutely an advocate for the athletes. I mean, he's also let's not deny this. He's an amazing self-promoter. I mean, he's taking. I didn't even know that he owned the cigarette boat company. I see those boats all the time down here in South Florida. They're nice. They're nice.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Like, he is not afraid of the NCAA, and the bottom line is
don't play nothing.
he shouldn't be. But if you're the NCAA and you're trying to make a statement, it's possible, and I don't have any inside information, but it's possible that he's the type of person you want to make an example out of. And John said, come after me. I'll sue you to oblivion. And that could be a really interesting fight that's on our hands, I guess, in the near future. I'm not sure what specifically the NCAA would be looking at. I know a lot of people point to Pack, who came from Kansas State, correct?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Not
yes. So a lot of people are saying, the NCAA should look at the timing of that. Was he actually transferred before any conversations occurred and before any offers were made? I wasn't part of that in any respect whatsoever. One thing I can say, in having multiple dealings with John and many conversations with him, the guy is meticulous and understands the laws and doesn't want to do anything to break them. Whether or not the NCAA sees eye to eye with him is a totally separate question. And again, it wouldn't surprise me if the NCAA tries to make an example out of him.
Yeah, I feel like John Wall ready, man. I think he's ready to strap up and go to bed.
Oh yeah, he's ready. He's got the resources.
I like it. I like it. Set the trends, man. We'll fall on that sword for the rest of the schools.
You had before, right?
Yeah. That's why I said that when it all got loud in the beginning. I said, "Hey, man, we seen this before, man."
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, no one goes to jail this time.
No, I think we're good this time. I don't think Big
Business ain't going. We all right this time.
He ain't
no
part of
YSL
this time. Yeah,
he's straight. No Ricos.
Hey, Darren, I appreciate you for coming and hang out with us and updating us on all this NIL stuff, man.
Anytime. Take care, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
What y'all think, fellas? And that's quite the damn update.
What we were saying in the group chat when we sent the when we sent the guideline that the NCAA rolled out, like what are they even talking about? Like,
listen, brother, I'm tired of reading this shit.
Right, that's what you're saying. A whole lot of nothing.
Hand out the punishments so we can figure out what's wrong. Like, what are you doing that is wrong? Because everything I was to understand is, just like Darren just said, Louise is a lawyer.
Yeah, I guess the main thing is just, I guess he can be loud and brash about all he wants. I guess the main thing is just that they're focusing on is these conversations happen before they actually sign.
Beforehand, right. Yeah. And you got to prove that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that could be a little tricky as well.
If you just
nobody gonna talk about it either.
You was moving silent like the G's in lasagna, bro. You just wouldn't have this problem right now. You just
can.
Like nobody would even know. You wouldn't be on. You could have did all that same stuff. You could have hit them up early. Nobody would know. Only reason they know is because of what Darren said about the social media stuff, the obvious stuff that's right there in front of their eyes, and they're gonna go after that stuff.
No, I agree absolutely, and I think, but he also said this: he's a self-promoter because remember, Life Wallet is not profitable yet. So he was just on Feinbaum. I'm sorry, I just missed it because somebody told me, Ruiz is on Feinbaum right now, but I just missed it. So, now he's appearing.
Hey man, we gotta holler at that goddamn assistant, bro, because she ain't.
I'm trying, man. Matter of fact, I messaged her right before we got.
Man, the boys ain't messing with us right now. Hugh stood me up.
He gets big, bro. No,
it's all good, man. We'll need him on. We get Darren on to kind of break down some stuff, bro. I understand he's a self-promoter and all what he's trying to do business-wise and all that, but you also get investigated like we kind of predicted.
I mean, sure, but what can you prove? That's anybody's ever been.
NCAA ain't got to prove shit. This ain't the law. It's the NCAA.
Yes and no, but they're the law of collegiate athletics,
right?
So we'll see. We'll see what it is.
They fuck you up right now. You gotta go through lawsuits and it's just messy. That's what I'm saying. Like he may win all of that. My whole point is all this just could have been done in silence, but he's not a silent guy, and that was my point from the beginning. Not
his style. But I mean, what's his name? He came out and was talking big. He's just older and don't use social media like that.
Who that?
Who's the Texas booster? Is it Red Auerbach?
Shit, they got plenty to my Texas.
Right. I think the latest one I saw was Red Auerbach or whatever.
Red Auerbach.
Yeah, the Celtics
Red
coach.
Somebody.
Who? That's the Celtics head, the old Celtics head coach, man.
No, that's his name not Red. Is that really his name?
Isn't it?
It might be.
That's the
What's the owner? Ain't it Red? What's that?
No, Red
whatever. Somebody from the Texas. Somebody from the Texas was talking.
We don't even know who he is. So
Red Auerbach was the old Phillies head coach, but you really wild.
Nah, he's a name. If I can remember it right now, y'all would know who I'm talking about. I just can't
lie with the smooth face. If you ain't saying that, we just roll that shit.
I lie all the time.
It's the name that stood out. You could have said any other name. I'd be like, all right, yeah, you're right.
CJ, what's your opinion on the whole situation with Ruiz? What Darren said as far as like he expect some investigations on that whole front. What's your opinion?
My whole opinion with that is if his books are clean, just like Heitner just told us, then I don't see no issue with him being brash and promoting whatever. It's just the fact that you're inviting so much. How can you're inviting so much into your personal information where they can start digging for stuff. Like you said, if you just be quiet and out of the way, you don't have any questions at all. Your name isn't in that article. The $400, $800,000, or $400,000 a year, $800 overall that the basketball players receiving, that's not mentioned at all. So you're just inviting yourself for that bad karma, so to speak, if you are moving that way and speaking to these athletes prior to them signing, which I'm 100% sure they are. I mean, let's be real about the situation. I mean, the shit's happening all over the damn field.
For sure.
As far as these conversations happening. But I don't know, man. Just hearing that conversation and then hearing what Heitner said, that he has all of this stuff buttoned up. He's ready to lawyer up, and well, I guess he is a lawyer. He's ready to go to war if need be. It's just the fact that you're inviting unwarranted attention, and that can always go left. That can always go left with situations like that. And like Larry said, they tend to want to make an example out of Miami. So
I
kept saying from the beginning, bro, you gotta know your rep.
And that's fine, but I think this is just my thinking. Of course, I don't have any facts on this. I think he understands he's not doing anything quote unquote wrong. They may start doing things that will make certain actions that he's taking wrong, but I think he's using. If
you don't understand that the communication, the tweet he put out was wrong, then he got to take like slow class.
It depends.
Breaking the news of that commit was that was wild as fuck. That was really wild.
Short bus law school he went through or something.
So breaking the news
obvious. Like, that's what he's talking about. The obvious stuff. Like that's an obvious rule break that he's saying that they're gonna go after. And I thought it was interesting that he said they're not worried about the value and the amount of money.
Yeah, that was interesting too.
You can't determine that,
but see, at the same time, but like these NFL teams got salary caps for a reason or whatever. It's measurables in place. You know, we talk about free agency and all that, but free agency has
gotta care,
right? You feel me? It's guidelines within it. Like when you talking about shit, this whatever when it comes to money. I don't know.
Eventually, they have to tell. Like
that's what I'm saying.
So, like you said, if you got a university offer you $20 million, just like come on, like who?
Right now, hey,
they know
that ain't fair.
The NCAA don't know it's not worth their fight, so they're going after the obvious shit. That's what Darren's saying. Like they know, like going after like the value and who getting paid too much money. That may be a deep rabbit hole that they're gonna lose on. But the obvious communication on social media, like bro, we don't have to like fight a whole lot. There's just obvious communication that broke rules that were already in place.
Yeah. Well, you the one who told me that he announced it ahead of time or whatever. What I had understood was that it was concurrent. That's why I said that. So for those who were just alarmed by the fact that he broke the news or whatever, to my understanding, that was concurrent. So I wasn't lying to y'all. That's just what I understood.
Now, now the questions are: do you got to get like a verbal commitment to the school, or it has to be signed paper?
There we go. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's signed. It's signed. Letter of intent. No, everything's official.
Maybe it was already signed.
NCAA don't give a fuck about your top five and your commitments, man. All NCAA care about is official paperwork.
Okay, so what we're gonna have soon is clarity on that whole situation. Is they gonna go after him if
I don't even think they're gonna go after him for that one. Maybe there's some
before the ink
shit
was dry. We'll get that in.
I think some of this shit about to roll out in like a week or so, dog. Like
okay, that's what I'm saying. In short time.
I think in that situation here probably be good, but moving forward, you just gotta be more meticulous.
Nah, he ain't gonna be good if that paperwork wasn't signed. He ain't gonna be good.
No, this shit about to get a little wicked. He about to be some lawyer shit go down, CJ.
Okay,
I bet paperwork.
I'm here for.
Ain't no fool. He a lawyer too.
No, NCAA like the Fed. They ain't just guessing on the paperwork being signed. They got to go to them, Larry.
They don't know shit.
Larry, and the paperwork go to them. How you gonna tell them it ain't signed? Who you think they send it to?
Just say it then.
You talk about betting with somebody. You think they're gonna launch the investigation not knowing what was facts to them?
All right, well, that's what we talk about. Then he gonna get fined or whatever. It is what it is.
That's the question there too. So like,
what's the punishment?
The players are good.
They just saying like they disassociated, won't allow them to,
I guess it just depends on
the companies to be able to, work with the athletes, and that would be very detrimental for us. But again, on the front end of this, it would probably be more of a slap on the wrist because we're on the front end of it right now. So we kind of got to wait a little bit. They rolled it out, and I believe this is a trial by fire, and we're learning on the fly. I do think there will be a quote unquote salary cap put in eventually, but right now you can't say, oh, that's too much money for a kid. Who comes up with that? I don't know who comes up with that number that says this is too much. I may personally be hating and say, oh, that's too much money, but that's just personal hate. I can't quantify that as of right now. I think we'll get to a point relatively soon. I don't think it'll be immediate, but I think you'll see that probably in the next few years.
I think they know that's a temporary problem until these kids get on salaries and shit like that. And then this is a different type of pay for play. Once pay for play is really official, they won't. It's just a temporary problem that they're not gonna really put a whole lot of energy into it, trying to police the NIL value. Because once these players, there's other ways for them to get paid, these companies not gonna be paying the same amount of money, or these boosters not gonna be putting the same effort into getting these kids to the university. Once the NCAA and the universities are paying these kids, it's gonna be a little different.
You know what's interesting to me about this whole NIL thing that I think we're going to see more and more as it kind of unfolds. Don't y'all think it's just a little bit interesting that the only person I remember getting a huge, big national brand, and correct me if I'm wrong, was
Jackson State.
Oh yeah, okay, that's one. So that actually makes two, with Beats and DJ
Dr. Pepper. Yeah, with Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
So
the rest of this shit is being mostly local university driven.
Right. So I wonder.
And that's what I thought NIL was gonna be. My bad, because I thought it was gonna be the Beats by Dre, Dr. Pepper. I thought that's what it was gonna be, because it's for your name, image, and likeness, right? I thought it was gonna be those type of deals. That's what Nike, I thought it was, but yeah, that type of stuff.
Things of that nature. I wonder if these corporations are just kind of taking a step back since it is so brand new to just wait a little bit and see.
No, I think it's just recruiting driven right now, bro. And that's just literally what it is right now. It's just recruiting driven.
Yeah, I think Logan worked at Adidas, and he was telling me when NIL first kicked off that even Adidas was gonna just sit back and just scope the scene and see what the real value it is, or even what all of this is, what the market is like.
Right. Before they just start kicking bread out.
Right. Because you're dealing with, I'm pretty sure they deal with a lot dealing with just regular young professional athletes, let alone college ones.
Athletes. Van Dyke would be a good idea for Adidas too, just throwing it out.
Home team. Yeah. Cooking.
Yeah.
But even those easy layups, brands aren't even taking those. I think Gatorade's an easy play at UF that just hasn't been played yet. And I don't know what's the reason behind it other than, they didn't want to put that bread in them boys' hands.
Yeah. That's possible.
The following, the access to millions of students, exposure, kids are on their phone more than they own anything. They follow these athletes like they're superstars. These kids are got stupid exposure, and I think if you're paying money for a random bench rider on the Milwaukee Bucks, he got a Gatorade deal. For what? What kid gonna be I want some Gatorade because the bench rider on the Milwaukee Bucks got some Gatorade? You can easily get that to a collegiate starter, and then there's more value in that deal.
Right, more exposures. Yeah,
right. To somebody
more bang for your buck. More bang for your buck. That's why I was a little interested that some of the bigger corps haven't jumped in, because for them to give $1 million to a kid, that that's nothing. Like Ruiz, he said his budget is $10 million. Not that he absolutely won't go over that, but $10 million to him and $10 million to Gatorade or Adidas or Nike, whatever. That's a whole different ball game.
Right.
So, it kind of lends to my point of a lot of people I think are just going to take a little bit of a wait and see, and let's just see what rules unfold, and because it's fresh out the oven. So we got to see exactly how they want to keep amending things until they get settled in on a model that they're comfortable with.
Man, my man Addison is just vibing on these visits, bro.
You in Texas now, man? Remember I told you guys about
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, taking visits like he like a recruit, bro. Like I don't get this. No.
Remember I told you guys a while ago during the season about Brennan Marion, the Pitt receiver coach, and how he had ties.
Taking all the visits is goofy a little bit, bro. Come on now.
With this, I don't know. With this landscape, it's a little different. He's taking these,
man, dog. He about to go to the league. Man.
That's what I'm saying. These visits aren't official visits like that. These visits are business meetings. Yeah.
Zoom call that shit.
Yeah.
Why are we flying across the country?
That was trying to be in person with that money.
I can't zoom no box because I gotta get.
He played at Pitt. You know,
you gonna get box everywhere.
Box is the last.
I've been to Pittsburgh.
You tired of that right now, Larry?
I've been to Pittsburgh. I'd rather try me some Austin box.
You ain't him though. He got creme de la creme wherever he at right now.
Yeah, he had premium Pittsburgh cheeks. Though that's a little different.
D-Mark, man, big man on campus right there.
Cream of the crop Pittsburgh shit.
Well, hey, listen.
But no, I don't think his cheeks driven. Though I think his money driven.
I can't tell that man the level of horny he should be.
And also remember, we had this conversation with Trav last week. You go to Pittsburgh, what's your offers? You only got about 3 or 4 of them. I think Harlan put the 24/7 offer sheet up, and it was like Pittsburgh, Rutgers, those type of schools. So he didn't have many. So he's living in life a little bit.
Yeah, man. They putting him as pretty much everybody done hit the portal a little bit and may have navigated in this thing, even with the NIL. But the way he's doing is very obvious, man. They making him the face of what this is as far as free agency. And using it the way he's using it. Mm-hmm. Reading the ESPN article, said amid reports that a lucrative name, image, and likeness deal could be in play, concerns about tampering were immediately raised, and made administrators noted that this was hardly the intended use of NIL legislation, which took effect last summer. In other words, Addison became the face of what most fans consider college football's new largely lawless free agent market. A big star commanding big money on open market in a sport that less than a year ago would have considered all this grounds for a years-long investigation, bowl ban, scholarship losses, and pink slips for coaches. And now it's just a new reality of sports trying to figure out what the future should look like. Addison's decision became the latest warning to fans and coaches across the country that this is the landscape of college football. What up, bro?
How didn't they see this coming, though? That's my thing.
Yeah, that's the growler part about everyone kind of,
man.
Yeah, everyone kind of seen
prepared.
This. Yeah, they weren't
prepared.
Well, they didn't want it. They didn't want it. Number one, Mark Emmert came out
that shit out there,
and he was definitely adamant, like, nah, son,
fuck this shit.
They ain't getting paid while I'm on, and that's why he quitting now. Mark said, nah, son, this is not what I signed up for. Not while I'm living and breathing and in charge of this thing, and that's what happened. So I absolutely knew this was going to be free agencies. I'm not the smartest man on the planet, but if there's an opportunity for,
and they supposed to be smarter. That's the crazy part about it. We see this shit
allegedly.
Oh no, definitely idiots running all this shit.
They're like, oh, you can't use it to recruit. Come on, dog. What are we talking about?
Yeah, bitch,
that's exactly what's going on.
Real quick, when it's all said and done, how much money y'all think this man about to get?
Who?
Addison? Yeah, let's get
he getting 7 figures.
I'm gonna give him a cool meal. Yeah,
he get
more than a meal.
Well, see, this is the other thing.
He getting 7. I won't say 8, but he's getting 7. So it's between 1 and 9. I think he's gonna be within that 7 ballpark.
This is the thing. It's not like you can only get it.
5.
I'm saying like 1 mil from one entity. He may end up getting a Beats. He may end up getting, 3 or 4.
No, ain't gonna be no multiple shit.
From the university,
ain't gonna be some. Ain't gonna be some stupid shit.
Excuse me. From the actual university, I think he's gonna get a cold 7 figures from the university. Their booster infrastructure, whatever. Now on top of that,
what they doing, like y'all, they got the
They got a Spirit
collective.
Yeah, they got Spirit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got some collectives or some shit like that.
Horns horning, whatever they got going over there. Long and horny.
Right. Horns rising.
And that's why I thought the NIL would be where the NCAA would be going at the NILs more, because if you don't own a specific business, you are just paying for play. Or am I mistaken in saying that?
I think the collectives have an actual business and things they do. They don't just collect money and just pay it. Like the Gator Collective actually is a paid subscription site that makes content, and fans of the Gators go and pay for a subscription. So it's a business. It's called the Gator Collective, but it's an actual business.
So there's a return. That makes sense.
All these collectives are actual. Even some collectives, they sell them all different. It's just a name. So some collectives are like more like trust, or they can broker deals themselves with brands. They may do their own fundraising, but they also set up deals and tie athletes to brands themselves as a collective.
And I think a lot of fans are ignorant on that, like I am. Like, I didn't really know exactly what some of these, quote unquote collectives are doing, because I think that's what a lot of people's image of these collectives are. It's just everybody pooling money to try to buy.
I think people just be too quick to troll before they use common sense. Like, it's very easy to see the Gator Collective got a website, they got subscription and content that's paid for, and it's all over Twitter. And people say, like, what is that collective and what are they doing? Is it that they're going to get shut down because they're collective? Nah, bro. Actually,
collectives are real common. Yeah, collectives are real common around college football, man.
They're just concerned with boosters. The collective is just a word. Like, as Darren was saying, they're more concerned with boosters gathering together as a collective.
Because boosters are behind the collective, like you said. So
right.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, good luck. I
think that kid get about. I think I'm gonna go at like $5 million. I'm gonna put a solid number on. I got him at 5.
Shit,
Texas got a quarterback and he out there. What the hell he doing at Texas?
Man, son.
They got a quarterback. They got a quarterback. They got your boy. The freshman from Ohio State, the 5-star.
Ewers?
Yeah, Ewers.
Come on,
yeah,
bro.
But he ain't played.
No, he ain't played, but they got a.
I mean, Spencer Rattler was a 5-star.
Right.
Every 5-star, especially at QB, QB is probably the biggest bust at 5-star.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
So.
If we got to pick a position.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, QB would probably be the biggest bust. So, I mean, we'll see. I hope he get 5. Boy, that'd be beautiful.
They was talking about the original number was 2 for USC, right? And then
once he bag up, bro.
Right. Once he hit the portal, a lot. Bama came in. US shit. Bama came in. US.
Nah, they got too much talent.
I think he'll take the happy median of.
Let's see what is 5 to Bama do.
Yeah. No, but the thing, I'll take 4 from Bama. 4 from Bama in the championship in a higher NFL grade.
I want.
You know what I'm saying? I'm down in Texas.
I'll take 3 from Bama.
3 from Bama.
Absolutely. Get it back. Because like Trout said, bro, the real one is moving forward.
Correct.
Yeah.
Take 3 this year. Win a championship, first round.
I just want to fast forward 3 years, man. I want to see this shit down the road a little bit. I want to see just exactly.
Speaking mention of Texas, man. Texas heating up, man. I don't know what they got cooking. They telling these people something. Because Arch Manning just got like a few crystal balls and forecasts and all that stuff to
take. See, the thing is though, man, Texas is wild, bro. They had no players drafted in the NFL draft or whatever. But looking back at the recruiting class, it was like number 3, number 5, number 8 within the last 3 years.
They've been the worst.
Yeah, that's crazy. You have all those top 10 classes and don't have anything to show for it. That's ridiculous. But Texas never had a problem with bringing guys in, man. That's for sure. Even under Mac Brown, under Charlie, under
that shit.
What's your boy name? What's your boy name that recently got fired? That we was talking about being the OC at Miami at one point.
Riley,
Tom Herman.
Herman. Yeah, he was with Riley. He was with Riley.
So yeah, they definitely are.
I still think Tom Herman should have had the job out here, but
he don't want to deal with none of this college shit. He vibing in the pros, man. He know what time it is down here.
He's an analyst though, so that was my thing. But the thing is, Texas probably still got to pay him. Yeah. So
he's an intern. Yeah, right. A high ass paid intern.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Let's talk about the ACC schedule changes, and y'all got a lot of stuff going on in y'all conferences for schedule changes. What's y'all opinion on it?
I like it. To kind of do away with the conferences, I like it because we saw a glimpse of that shit in 2020.
Explain to the listeners exactly what the change is.
They're
pretty much getting rid of divisions, right? Well, making it just one league.
They're trying to get away with divisions. So I can put it up right here.
Like Big 12 done that forever, right?
Yeah. So sources under discussion this week at ACC meetings will be the future of the scheduling, including the potential to eliminate divisions as early as 2023. This was discussed last week on calls to set up the meetings. One model being discussed is each football program have 3 permanent opponents, not necessarily pods of 3 in that other 5 programs rotating on and off the schedule every other year. Pretty much kind of like, I guess, not necessarily how the SEC is doing it, but because they still have divisions. I was thinking about UF and LSU. He also mentioned there is also a potential model with 2 permanent opponents and 6 teams rotating on and off in the same manner. These models will allow every ACC team to host every other ACC team for 4 years. For every 4 years, excuse me. This will bring more variety to the schedule. It's interesting. I like it because in 2020, during the COVID year, when Notre Dame was a part of the conference, we did away with the Atlantic and Coastal, and just, the best 2 teams record-wise, compete for the championship. I like it because, not to throw shots at Miami, man, we all know the Coastal is as weak as hell.
Boys can't even get a division banner now, though. They need that shit a little bit.
We got a Coastal.
I'm saying y'all need more of them.
We got 2 Coastals.
Y'all got 2?
Yeah.
Man, that's
we forfeited that 1 year, and then the year we lost to Clemson.
What year? What? Remember
the one where we knew sanctions was coming, but we tied for the Coastal regardless.
Oh, okay.
I think did Duke take it that year? I think that was the year Duke played A&M in the whatever bowl. It was pretty bowl. It was a New Year's
pretty good that year.
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Duke was pretty good that year. Yeah. They played Manziel. Actually, they jumped on their ass and
Johnny
came back.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they came back in that game.
I remember that.
But I mean, that's not a thing to me. My thing is this: you play whatever format you got. If they switching it up and they want to just make it, no divisions, then that's the mountain you got to climb.
Now, what 2 teams would you want though? For me, it'd be, I know in this shit.
Well, they're gonna keep Florida State,
of course. But I want Clemson too. But I know that's bullshit. That's from a fan aspect. People could probably hear like, "What the hell are you talking about, CJ? Why would you want to play Clemson every damn year?" But just for the fact that what it brings, as far as
it's a rivalry,
right?
That is rivalry. I mean, it's embedded pretty deep, so you don't want to lose rivalry.
Right. So I have to say Clemson and FSU for me, man. I mean, Clemson and Miami for me personally.
For me, I would probably say FSU and at this point, North Carolina. I would have probably said Vatech, but I really honestly feel like North Carolina is a bigger rival of ours at this point today. So if we starting it today,
nasty work.
I mean, hey, I'm a realist. You look at the record, I believe we are 50-50 record-wise. So, they've been more of a problem than Virginia Tech's been for us. To me, I look at UNC as that game. Like, hey, we got to play them. They keep beating us.
I want to go up there. Y'all play away there this year?
No, they got them home. They played away.
No, we got them home this year. I've been there.
Remember Manning was
stadium. Nice city.
Remember Manning was in the stadium 2 hours after the game ended.
Nice stadium, man. Very, very cool college city. I did go there on 4th and 17. I was there for that one. Or was it 17 or 27? What was that? Whatever bullshit play we gave up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, whichever one we gave up.
That was the freshman year. That was Howell's freshman year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was Jaron Williams.
Shit, they got 3 straight on y'all. How many? Because I'm on a little run, aren't they?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think it's legit like 13-13 or something like that, all time. So that would be my pick.
Damn, boy, Sam Howell went 3-0 versus Miami and 0-2 versus FSU.
Right? That's what he get for crossing y'all.
Right.
That's what he get for crossing y'all boys. Hey, you got some news, Phil? You about to talk about?
No, I'm just vibing. I got a few little recruiting shit I want to talk a little bit. But what you got?
Okay, real quick, and then we can get into like our little tidbits from the programs.
For sure.
Miami got Kellen Winslow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Florida got Aaron Hernandez.
Mm-hmm.
Who's y'all killer tight end, CJ?
What? Come on now, 5-6-1.
Who?
5, 6. Oh, killer tight end. Oh, we ain't got a killer tight end. Bro.
The actual killer.
Yeah, no, I mean the actual.
No, we ain't got no killer tight end.
I was like, yo, that's crazy. How we got Winslow.
Well, shit, Winslow no killer. He's just a
he's a grandma. He's a diaper killer.
He's a nutcase,
right? Yeah,
like a really sick individual at the end of the day.
Man,
Aaron Hernandez,
grandma pum pum killer, man, a crazy guy, man.
Hey, Aaron Hernandez, a sick individual at the end of the day. Whatever you believe.
And Chico ain't do none of that shit.
Man, we just got Nick O'Leary. We just got Nick O'Leary, motherfucker. Wear no
lying on Chico, man.
Big lies. Oh, he's a
murderer.
I
was lying on Chico, man.
That boy
Chico,
shot Cuz in the face down there, man.
Man, Chico was getting off in Florida, man. At Florida. In game.
Depending on what you ask me, man. But them folks lying on Chico, man. Chico was look at that smile, dog.
Shot that boy in the face in my.
You see that smile?
You know what's so crazy about him?
Just playing,
bro.
Man.
When he was on
Rest
trial, I
seen
seen girls
saying,
saying,
I don't want to make light of anything around death or anything like that.
What's up, you say, Larry? When he was on trial, I seen girls being like, he can get me. I said, that's wrong with y'all. That's not right there.
That's how Ted Bundy got
wrong with your ass.
That's how Ted Bundy did this thing back in the day.
Hey, what? I thought about it. I was like, I don't think Florida State got. Well, it wasn't. Didn't Ted Bundy go to? No, he was stalking Florida State, right?
He was in Tallahassee.
He was vibing in Tallahassee.
Right. I know. Right.
That documented during the pandemic.
Right. That boy.
So that means y'all still
pick them off like daisies in Tallahassee.
We still waiting on y'all insane tight end. Oh man. That's gonna be a crazy movie. That's gonna be a great movie. The 3 tight ends.
It's gonna be an easy case to figure out because O'Leary don't wear gloves.
Right. That don't wear gloves at all.
He crazy, right?
Bro, with no gloves, no wristbands,
fingerprints everywhere, man. Yeah, old school guy, man. No, I want to ask CJ, man. What are you guys gonna do? I seen a lot of. It was Mother's Day, man. A lot of tears. People complaining about. We had already recorded, so we couldn't even chime in on.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that, man. Tyler Williams, man.
4-star wide receiver out of Lakeland. He didn't have Florida State in his top 5 or whatever he dropped.
Top 10.
Top 10. Yeah. What, egregious.
Yeah. So and I was surprised Miami wasn't in it either because they were recruiting him pretty decent also. But like you ain't surprised?
No,
I'm not. He wasn't a name I'd heard associated heavily. I think we're going more at the Hakeem for that big body guy. Not that I think we're in the leader seat.
You need options.
No, I agree. We exploring a few. But I agree.
No, man, like a conversation got to be had, man. Like, what is shit? Like this shit seems like it's the same situation that we left off of last year in regards to the recruitment at receiver. A lot of head scratchers with what Dugans did last year on the trail.
Man, dude, vibing.
And then we brought him back, man. So I didn't understand that, but cool. We brought him back. Let's work. But then you got Tyler Williams, who's cousins of Carlos and Vince Williams, been on campus multiple times within the spring. I'm gonna say like 2 to 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. During the winter, early spring, it's egregious. Like you'll make the top 10, but you got South Florida and Syracuse and Houston though. Come on now.
That's what made it a slap in the face. I didn't think it was that bad until I saw them two.
South Florida, fucking Syracuse, bro. Like,
hold on now. Because first off, he not considering.
Hey man, Dino out there, man.
South Florida. I said South Florida.
Yeah, but Syracuse, man. Dino out there though, man. You gotta respect the Beijing, man. Yeah,
Beijing King.
Respect the Beijing, baby. Recruiting harder than Mike.
Hey.
So I'm about to see his top.
What do you think though?
So his top 10 was Alabama, Clemson. I don't know how the fuck Clemson got in. They haven't even been mentioned in all of this, dude. Alabama, Clemson, Florida, Georgia, LSU, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, SC, Syracuse, and South Florida. Like, come on, man. What are y'all doing, man? Like
USC, right?
Yeah, USC. When I say USC.
Fucking with y'all. They was just fucking with both of y'all with the USF and the Syracuse shit was just like, I'm just throw some extra shit in.
Yeah,
just to piss
as soon as I saw that, I said, he just trolling y'all, bro. I promise you. Those schools aren't in contention. He just wants y'all to know that y'all ain't got no shot.
This how bad y'all recruit me right now. Y'all this shit.
It's not. I don't even think it's that, man. Like,
I gotta say something.
I think they gotta see something, man. These kids is from, they from Missouri. They need to see something, and that's why I was saying the money alone for me, man, that shit ain't gonna get it, man. You gonna have to do less. You gonna have to do more with less.
You got to have money and win because you got other programs who's winning who got the money already ready to go.
Right. So Mario's mission right now to me, only thing Miami should be doing right now, right? The biggest knock on Miami is we should at least be winning the games we should. That don't include your Clemson. Like, say the schedule. That don't include Clemson, A&M, and you can count Florida State because that's a rivalry game. His job right now is to win all the other games.
I agree with same with Mike. Yeah, you can't be rolling around and losing to. Even though Wake Forest was damn good last year with whatever, but you can't be losing to Wake Forest,
Jackson State. The jokes build themselves.
Correct.
And these kids hey man, I'm not fucking with that. They just aren't. You got to show them a little something, you know. I see.
Man, that Tyler Williams just really blew me, dog. Like I don't now understand what you're saying, Larry, on as far as winning, man, but to not make that 10, right? To not and that kind of what fucked us in a situation with even though Kelly ended up going to Miami, but we was in these big time battles last year down the stretch,
right,
and that's my issue now because we were in a lot of battles down the stretch for some key guys, you know, just didn't go our way because of the winning, like Georgia with Jones Jr., that type of deal. Earl Little going to Bama. Earl was considering us pretty heavy at one point in time, but I don't see that really at all with this cycle, and it's concerning.
You know, I think Mike ass.
But it could be.
That's my take. I think Mike ass is grass. Yeah, it's too stagnant in recruiting, dog. That hole gonna get deeper. And that shit's getting like towards like a territory of
if
like,
he doesn't win 8 games this year, it's gonna look real weird. I'm gonna put it.
I think he out of there. And I think it's been too many losing seasons in a row, and I think he run into another one. And he's not an elite recruiter. Even with not winning games, Muschamp was able to go get 5 stars with 4 wins. Like certain guys just recruit, bro.
Yeah, but the year before that, y'all won 12 and beat FSU, and then played in the Sugar Bowl.
But they still beating guys like Bama. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but we haven't had a winning season since 2016. 2017, I guess you want to say we went.
That's why I think his ass is fired because he's just not good enough of a recruiter to overcome like the subpar seasons. You need a dynamic recruiting to at least like kind of like sell something, you know what I'm saying? It might just not a sell. He's more of a schemer, man.
If you don't get 8, it's a wrap. I believe
his ass is grass. Then,
see, do you think?
Now, I do think 8 is obtainable because just looking at not to cut you off, I do think 8 is obtainable. Looking at how they looked in the spring and this, that, another.
You get 7 to 8, then Mike got a chance, bro.
I don't know about 7, man. I really don't know about 7.
They'll sell progress to 7. That's a lot of progress.
I say as long as it's not below 500, I think he hangs around. I think if it was 66, he got a job. As long as it's not below. Because y'all done been below is the problem. Like, you know how hard you know how bad you got to be? Like, we're bad. Miami's bad. And we've been bad for a while. But we ain't below 500 bad.
Yeah. But now what fucked us is when we started 0-4 because we went, and that's the crazy part about it. We started 0-4 and dug that hole, but we went 5-3 down the stretch. And hell, those 8 games were our toughest games of the season.
Right.
No matchup wise or whatever.
The Notre Dame game was attainable. That was a game you could have won. You can't lose the Jackson State game. Correct. These are the type of things that are going to be a problem. But I want to ask you real quick, before we get up out of there, do you think, because I don't know all y'all financials, we make the jokes, we troll, blah, 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 say y'all broke, blah, blah, blah. Would it be a situation where you would kind of do something like Miami did where they decided to refunnel money and say, hey, look, just pay him to get out of here, and we're going to have to start dumping money into the program? Do you think it'll be a situation like that?
It could be, man, because if you when boosters get fed up enough, then they go open the bank for whatever. But the issue with that is we're still paying tag. We will still be paying Michael. We'll still be paying his staff. And then, okay, we know the landscape as far as college coaches. If you want a good coach or whatever, you got to put some money up. So you got to put big time money up for the new coach, big time money for that new staff. It's doable, but that shit is a lot of red in regards to where you at with your money.
I think
that's my concern.
You still got to project out so much business, bro, because football just runs Tallahassee, dog.
Oh,
so it's way like more. If that football program keeps struggling, business is gonna struggle, and somebody gonna have to like something. Yeah, somebody have to invest. As far as NIL, all that type of shit. Like that's what it's gonna come down to. Like Florida State's having, it's Florida State, bro. It's traditionally one of the greatest programs ever. You feel me? Like I think, they need a real ass coach in that motherfucker, bro. And it's hard. I told people.
But see, that's the thing too. What real coach would you get too, though? You run Jimbo left, and he's been candid in the reason why he left. You fire tag in less than 2. You say you fire.
They got a problem.
Yeah,
a little bit.
We gonna see how it play out, bro.
Is the problem,
right? That's what I'm saying.
We spoke on this previously.
You got to call prime dog time.
And even that, right? Like that's so.
No problem. Here come. Now, it's risky.
No.
It's risky for sure. It's risky.
It's still risky because there's a lot of people gonna be saying
that shit worth the risk though. With the position that you probably in at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
No, the position we are in, if they do Cam Mike at the end of the season, I told you my guys Deion.
You get Mike you get Deion Florida State resources, and he can go hire who he wants.
That's like the money wise, yeah.
I think he put the people. He's not gonna be a play caller. He can go hire the right people.
No, I'm not worried about that. Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, I
don't want him there, dog.
I think he'll need someone to really run a tight ship and be a babysitter, so to speak, just make sure he does a lot of stuff as far as like breaking little rules, like being on Twitter and stuff like that. He has to have somebody who runs a tight ship because of school.
He just talk so much shit about regular like football shit. I don't know how he like flip the switch now too. Like the stuff he be talking about, like regular programs and the things they do and how he move. It'll be a weird switch right now.
That's why I brought the financials up earlier, because I think that is Florida State right now. It's probably the biggest problem. Because, like you said, you got to pay Willie, right? You're still paying Willie. Willie need that money because he getting sued.
And that shit ain't that's like Willie money ain't like that serious in the grand scheme of what football means in Tallahassee.
But then you'll still be paying Mike. Well, say if
somebody's got to decide that though.
You be paying 2 buyouts on top of a new coach.
But who decides that?
If it's just one buyout, there's no issue.
Right. And who's going to be the Florida State booster that said enough's enough?
I'm about to do what
I'm sick of this shit. I can't watch my alma mater, swim in misery anymore. That's the interest.
Y'all need y'all a Papa Rua ass, CJ.
You got to get one.
We got one. We got the Spanx lady. The owner
getting that up.
No, I'm saying if she ain't giving up, we got one. We ain't got it.
Yeah. She probably don't care nothing about no football. Good luck.
But she's a big time billionaire, like hella money, real big time.
Oh yeah. She runs.
And prior to Chainsaw Al dying, we had
I don't like that name, man.
That motherfucking name was Chainsaw Al, bro. He the people that donated all that money to Willie and them. It was like $20 million towards the indoor practice facility or whatnot that was announced, and then all that shit kind of changed when the games were played. But then he ended up passing. But Chainsaw Al, he was one of our cutthroat boosters that had put.
He took the donation back.
Now I think he died. If I almost
and his kids said, "I don't give a fuck about no football."
Right, motherfucker died, and that money went to
that. Man, we about to split this.
Yeah. What? How much he was giving him? Oh, yeah, his rabbit.
Yeah, no, he was delusional. Yeah, he was suffering from dementia.
The rest of their life. We'll remember the good times. Put his trophy next to Bobby. We out.
But that goes back to what Trout said last week. Shit, your big guns got to go holler at her. Shit, go out there and recruit. Send your AD, send Mike, send the president, send whatever, and present your case to her. Let her know how it can benefit her too.
She better come on there and get an NIL deal.
Oh, like he said, they could kill
NIL.
Trout laid all that shit out last week. It's crazy. We talking about it now, but we got one. We just got to get her. Put it that way.
I think we need to do some homework. We got to come back. Who our next big commit, man? We got to figure out who Florida State guys, man. What's your boys? Like that shit dwindling down fast. Your DB, you shaking your head, Larry Young, but your DB board is dwindling too, man. Y'all ain't making some lists as well.
That's fine.
That shit looking fuzzy, man. Shout out to the GOAT.
And speaking of recruiting,
Kamani put one out.
Or what? Ain't no updates. I think this shit is.
He posted something for Mother's Day. And he had the Miami edit on there. I was like, get out of here.
No.
Mother's Day, he posted.
I sent a lot of birthday cards and shit, man. Dope.
I mean, we shouldn't be out of it. If he's smart, just sit back and wait.
But no, he finna decide soon. You know, everybody. This summer it's going down, bro.
That's all right. I mean, if he go to Alabama, man, I'll understand.
Oh no, ain't no shit. That's lately. I don't told you about that shit.
If he goes to Alabama, I'll understand.
Well, you ain't gonna understand shit then. There's gonna be a lot of misunderstandings.
I don't understand.
There's gonna be a big misunderstanding this motherfucker.
Well, good. That's what we gonna
You don't understand him going to play for the greatest DB coach ever?
Oh my sweet.
Who that?
At DBU?
Mickey Andrews.
Man, get out of here with Mickey Andrews, man.
Mickey
Andrews, man.
Greatest DB coach ever.
What else we got, man?
I got one.
You can't go play for Mickey Andrews right now, CJ. So you gotta play for somebody.
You can if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some other shit for Mickey.
Working in the back garden or some shit.
Right, for real.
Be like Chef
mowing the lawn.
Hooping by herself on Butter Rim.
Right.
What you about to say, CJ?
No, I got one thing in regards to some FSU news in regards to recruiting. I know I spoke on the last podcast about Lucas Simmons being on campus, but in the midst of us recording, he was still on campus. So actually catching up with him and getting his opinion on the visit wasn't available at the time. So story came out, a couple quotes that he stated, just the consistency with FSU and Coach Atkins. Every time I get up there, I have a good vibe with them. I just feel like this is a place where I can be myself and I don't have to worry about them putting a fake persona for me. I know that whatever they say is real. That's what I feel. It was real good bringing both my offensive line coaches and their families as well. That meant a lot to me. He also stated as far as official visits, FSU has the last official visit for him. He's taking all his official visits this summer. He has a visit to Tennessee for May 27th. June 10th, he's going to Florida. June 17th, going to SC. And the final trip is June 24th to FSU. He already took an official visit to Oklahoma State back in April. So I'm basing off that. I'm not want to say pretty sure. I'm thinking his timeline could be sometime this summer after he wrap up his official visits. Lucas Simmons is ranked 139th overall by 247, 6'7", 330-pound left tackle.
I did want to talk about the
minutes.
You said what, bro?
I said y'all selling minutes. He can play.
Oh yeah, but I know one thing about Atkins, man. Atkins, he's probably our best recruit on the staff, man. He does a good job with his board and getting guys on deck, man. So
he out of there then. Who gonna hire him? Who do you think?
He almost got hired away. You remember this shit we just did this year? He almost got poached.
Nah, once we gave him the OC title, only way he leaves.
Oh,
yeah, only way he leaves is if he's a head coach somewhere.
They ain't gonna last.
No, he's not going unless he's a head coach.
If y'all get them wins, y'all gotta get them wins. He's gonna get up out of there.
Yeah, if he get the wins, he's gonna be fired regardless, because the damn head coach could be fired. So
Oregon.
Oh, he'll be cold. He'll be cold. See with other OC.
Right. Yeah, he's gonna take Dilly's job.
Yes, sir.
UCF linebacker Terrence Lewis was arrested for domestic battery. We was curious about like his recruitment because he's an elite linebacker, but when he hit the transfer portal from Maryland, wasn't a lot of interest, and he ends up at UCF. And when just a lot of talk from a lot of these programs, everybody just saying it's like off the field issues and things like that. Why like there's no interest. This was wow. Just a lot of this shit be going on. But what's y'all?
Man, the writing was on the wall, man. As far as what he had going on, the writing was on the wall when he decommitted from Tennessee. Once he decommitted from Tennessee, his only option, so to speak, was Maryland. Right. We already know Loxley taking those type of guys. They have a history of that or whatever. So the writing was on the wall for that, man. And then when he hit the portal again, and then wasn't getting any traction from a Miami, Florida State, Florida,
real good film and shit.
Right. So the writing's on the wall as far as the character issues the kid got, and just man, that's all I got to say about that, man. He got a lot of stuff going on. Correct? Oh yeah, Lewis was a 5-star.
5-star.
Then he transferred from Central. No, I'm sorry, he transferred from Northwestern to Central, if I'm not mistaken, because of some issues he had at Northwestern.
Right.
You can confirm that.
There was an alleged assault at that situation. The only other insight I could probably provide on that
shit sound like Willie Williams, man.
To my understanding, Terrence has a very tumultuous home life. So, right now I'm going to kind of reserve some judgment until we get some more information on it. But from everything I've heard, on the wall, though, bro. No. All right. What I'm saying, I'm not saying that I'm going to ultimately say that he's, be vindicated of these charges. What I'm saying is, to recent information that I have received, is that he has, like, he kind of came up in a war zone within his own household. So he's kind of a product of his environment in that sense. I'm not excusing the behavior. I'm simply explaining it. What? Say again. I'm sorry.
I said, no, he gotta go get some healing, bro. He can't be putting his hands on people.
I think bigger than football. That's exactly what my point I was hitting at is way bigger than football. I think the young man needs a lot of help, healing, counseling, things that can help get him in a better. He probably needs to be totally away from that home situation. I don't. Where did does anybody know exactly where the incident happened?
I got it right in front of me, man. Let me see it. It says scrolling down, man. They got a lot of shit on here, man. Get to the action.
Yeah, because I knew it was domestic, but I wasn't sure if it was in Orlando or if he was back home, in South Florida.
Battery charge. Miami-Dade County on the domestic charge. Arrest records obtained by 247. Shows his bond set at 1,500. A former 5-star. No, they don't say anything about what exactly happened. From what I had read
we don't
earlier,
get the details. But
no, it says something about like he hit the cousin of his cousin and his girlfriend was fighting or something. I don't know, bro. I don't even want to misspeak. But it was an altercation between two females. He got it, and somebody got hit at some points. Is how the affidavit or whatever reads. But nonetheless, I think like the producer, shout out to producer Ease in the background. He said like he got kicked out of high school for this. So he has a history of it, like CJ was saying. Like it just this par for the course of what some of the off the field stuff that a lot of these schools already was saying about him. So when it come out, we ain't really jumping to judgment. It's just like this has just been the rumors.
The reason why this 5-star ended up where he ended up down the line, from Maryland to UCF, and 5-star top. He was a top 10 kid, I believe, top 10 to top 15 type of player. At one point in time. So
happened in Hollywood.
No, my judgment that I will jump to is that he needs some help. He needs a lot of counseling. Football really ain't. It shouldn't even be on the radar right now. He needs too much healing outside of football because clearly, the writing was on the wall previous to the recruitment. That's why he ended up at Maryland, like you said. And then now here we go back home. Another situation pops off. So my bigger concern is for who this young man will end up being to his community and to society and to himself. And, anybody else that may be affected by, his life. I hope he doesn't have children or anything like that. But yeah, way bigger than football, man. Like, that's a sad situation. And everything I heard was that his household was just a war zone. Like, he come up with, one thing I tell people is if you can't go home and find peace, then why is that home? Like if every day you get home and you got to fight with your family, your significant other, bro, this is a wild environment. Home is supposed to be where peace is.
Yeah, he got failed. Someone failed him down the line.
Along the lines. Exactly. And that's the story I'm hearing. So honestly, my prayers and concerns and thoughts go out to just the young man getting himself in a situation where he can heal himself and then maybe get back to football, but way bigger than that, he just got to get his mind right. Got his mind right and get himself in positive situations because the opportunities are there. He was in Maryland. Could have stayed up there and never came back down to Florida.
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question I got too. Like, what made him jump in the portal from Maryland in the first place?
That was weird. You only got one more year, really, and you gone.
Yeah.
Well, no, he was a freshman, right?
No, yeah, he was a part of that COVID year. He got plenty of years left.
Yeah, he got plenty of eligibility left.
I thought he was like a sophomore. He wasn't no sophomore this past year. He's a true freshman.
Yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah, so on paper,
I think he played but he was still 2 years a freshman.
He's a true freshman. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say it's still 2 years removed. COVID wouldn't matter. It just got to be 2 year removed. But he's not 2 years removed. He's a true freshman, bro. Yeah, y'all know.
And that's part of it. Like when again, that toxic environment where you still go back to toxic shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we seen it before. This ain't the first time.
Yeah, Maryland was probably should have been a breath of fresh air. You far away from everything. It
probably felt too foreign, man. You ever try to rescue a hood rat?
Oh yeah,
I have.
Oh no, don't do such a thing.
I have, and
like
I learned.
Actually, I have.
Like Dre said, man.
Quick.
Like Dre said, order her the fillet, tell the butterfly she'll love it. She used to soda and nuggets.
You really just out here thugging.
Hey, I'm telling you. So if you tried that, thank you for those lyrics. If you ever been in that situation, you will learn that their comfort level is a weird place. You trying to show them different, but their comfort level is the gutter. And that's what they wanted. That's just where they feel okay at, man. Yeah. So, like I said, prayers up, positive vibes to young man. Hope he gets his life turned around in the right direction.
For sure.
Got any UF specific nuggets you want to drop?
Not really, man. I think Trayon Webb is gonna commit. Well, everybody's kind of obvious, but his commitment's coming up June 30th. That's I think the one I got obvious. Okay. That'll pop. 4-star running back out of Jacksonville.
I got a couple of quick, just a couple of offers and some visits. Jackson McGowan, 6'4", 210 tight end out of Miamisburg, Ohio. Normally I just say the state, but I thought it was cool that it was Miamisburg. He's the actual Cincinnati commit. We just sent an offer out to him. The one that I scratched my head on, I really don't get, but allegedly, and I guess he got it. Dimitri Emmanuel, 6'2", 305, lineman from UNC Chattanooga, offensive lineman from UNC Chattanooga. He played a lot of tackle for them. I'm like, well, he can't play tackle in the ACC. Bit of a head scratcher for me. I really don't get it.
What's the name?
Dimitri Emmanuel. I think y'all might have offered.
We haven't. That's the kid from Charlotte. Remember, I was telling
from Charlotte. Yeah,
that's the kid. And I thought they would, but they haven't just yet. But
according to him, he's got an offer from Miami.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't.
But yeah, he had ties to Coach Jackson. I'm pretty sure you guys are offering for damn tackle. Y'all offering him from for inside position.
Inside.
How busy y'all have been within the transfer portal on the trenches shows me that Mario, he don't like what he see from the
in
guys
general,
at all.
right? No, I agree. And then upcoming visits we got going on should be this particular weekend. Kayan Lee, 5'11", 185 cornerback out of Georgia. He was committed to Georgia. He decommitted. Adai was his primary recruiter there, so we'll see how that shakes out. And the quarterback we spoke on last time, he's now a 3-star since the last time we spoke. When we did the last show, he was actually unranked, but he is now a 3-star. Emory Williams, 6'4", 190 quarterback out of Milton. He will be visiting this weekend. And Jalen Robinson, 5'10", 170-pound wide receiver from UCF. He would be, that burner type we're looking for that can take the top off of defense. So he's visited, I think, TCU, Ole Miss. Has another school that's escaping me right now. We are going to get his last visit. So we'll see. A bit of a smaller guy, but I guess we're just looking for, again, we need somebody that can just be that deep threat. So that's all I got for news out of Miami right now. Anything you see?
No, I don't think I had was a Lucas Simmons ticket.
Okay.
Show, man. I gotta ask the people want to hear the most important shit in life, man. Before we get out of here, man. Kevin Samuel passed, one of the GOATs. Got scrutinized, man. Polarizing guy. We got some good things. Some people was sad to see him go, and a lot of people were happy to see him go. Opinions, bro. First of all, rest in peace is my thing. I just want to give everybody this positive energy when they die. Condolences to that brother. His
rest in peace, Kevin, man. A lot of people, tuned in for your advice, man. The message came a lot of time. The message came across harsh, and people lost the actual message within the words. But it was a message within those words, man, for men and women. So shout out to Kevin Samuels, what he did, man, and rest in peace. Hope your family finds finds comfort during these tough times, man. But all the ill wishes on the man and this, that, and other, like that was over the line. But again, though, he gave energy to women and men, and a lot of times the man had 3-hour shows just like we do, and then you would take a 30-second clip where he's going in on a certain lady or over a situation that kind of get, taken out of context because you're not looking at the whole show or the whole, the whole clip of the situation. It's easy to chop something up to go viral or whatnot. But again, the man had like 3-hour shows just like us.
And to be clear, he understood that. So let's be clear. He understood that the clicks bring in revenue. So he understood the message, delivering it in a rough way is going to, create more revenue, more eyes on him and his product that he's selling. But ultimately, I think he was just trying to provide a little balance and get people to understand, because I've said this, listen, some of the conversation that he had on there, me and my homeboys have had in the car before, are just about readjusting realistic expectations. And I think that was his ultimate goal, to say, hey, listen, if you just realign your aim, you probably could find some happiness. But you're out of your mind if you think you're going to land this particular quote unquote person.
That's real.
Yeah, and that's real. and it was rough. But wishing ill on that guy, I gotta say, man, nah. I've seen real true life villains out there, and I don't count Kevin Samuels amongst those. So again, rest in peace. And condolences to his family. His mother survived him. He has a daughter that I know for sure that survived him. He may have more than that. So condolences to the family, man. You just hate to see, the negative energy that was put out there. I get it, but I don't at the same time. So that's my 2 cents on that.
That shit about 75 cents, boy.
80,
right.
80 maybe on
shit about $1.50
with inflation.
Yeah.
We did any ad reads. Did we do that?
Yeah, we do gotta do some ad reads real quick. Yeah, we've been just partying our ass off, man. Shout out to the great folks at Gramco, man. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all see the logos on all the graphics and visuals we putting out. Visit thegramco.com. Use coupon code Rollup 25 for 25% off at checkout. The gummies is everything to talk about. I got people hitting up my DMs and telling me, man, bro, I don't know how the hell you eating 8 of them things, man. But you got a different type of
tolerance.
Y'all don't know how you doing either, bro. Because I had 3 last night. It was a wrap for me.
Put you out of there.
The tolerance changes, dog. Y'all see Larry on 3 now. It ain't the same.
So you good now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that day I was crossfaded and on like a
that day we was.
I had like 2 croissants.
So you was barely eating too.
Yeah, I cruise on 3.
Yeah. I'm about to say 3's like I can roll 3 and I'm good there. So shout out to them. I need some more too. So y'all,
no doubt.
I'll let your boy.
Yeah, they got the pre-rolls as well.
What's up, Dave?
Dave, what it do, my dude? We got a meeting. Dave waiting on us right now. We talking about what up, Dave. Be sure to use. I said, be sure to use Rollup code coupon code Rollup25. They got the pre-rolls as well. If you want some Delta 8 flour, also the Wake and Bake coffee.
Wake and Bake.
Great
reviews on that one, by the way.
Straight to your mailbox. You ain't got to worry about no shenanigans. Nobody gonna kick down your door. You ain't got to worry about being a part of the YSL investigation. Right. None of that shit.
No RICO charges.
No RICO, baby.
No RICO.
And if they do, they coming to get David. You straight. You know what
I
mean?
Freedom boys.
My take on the whole thing was just like, bro, you gotta really just like be an unhappy person to throw negative stuff at somebody. Like I don't think he's put enough because of course everybody put some negative and some positive energy into this universe, right? I don't think he put enough negative energy into this universe to what he got back. I just thought it was over the top, man. You just gotta be unhappy as shit to wake up and just really some people talked about that shit for like a whole 24 hours. Like, yo, let it go.
Hurt dog will holler.
Yeah.
What?
Misery loves fucking company. Gotta be unhappy.
Will holler.
Dog on.
All right.
Yeah, I know because never mind. All right, we done?
Yeah, we out of here, man. It's the Roll Up, man. One of y'all got an underground song?
Shit.
We doing hot takes next show, man. Harlan ain't show up to
hot
work.
takes next show. Yep. We got
Harlan ain't super
as
producer
we
Harlan.
adjust to the new schedule. My homeboy dropped a new project, but I ain't listened to it yet. So if y'all already got something, y'all go ahead.
Everybody at your job got an album. What your shit?
Nah, this is my homeboy. The one I played, I think my very first one, Reason Stevens. That's my dog, man. He been rapping ever since high school, man.
Hey, I sent you my shit. You seen what you like about my shit?
Yeah, oh, yeah. It was nostalgic, cuz.
Nostalgic than the motherfucker, wasn't it?
That shit taking me back to like when I was in high school. Me and my homeboys was rapping.
That shit was fire, man. That shit was all right. I tried to ask dog for my shit, dog. Said I'll charge you. I'm like, what?
Man, charge
my
you
shit.
Game.
It ain't really my shit. That was a terrible deal. Whatever. Let's get up out of here, dog. I ain't on none of that shit. We out of here, man. It's the Rollup. We got a song? No?
We'll tag one at the end.
Just tag something at the end. Y'all enjoy the music.
Right, enjoy the damn music.
The good songs. We out.